All right, so let's talk about how we would solve for a variable. So a couple of things about fractions that you might not realize. If you have a situation like this, that's actually just two equivalent fractions, right? So if you had, let's say I have the fraction 1/2. Somebody give me a fraction equivalent to 1/2. 2/4. Or 4/8, same thing, right? Or not same, but, similar idea. Okay, the cross products are equal, right? So 2 times 2, is that equal to 1 times 4? Yes. So 4 equals 4. If you can set it up where you have r, how would I make r into a fraction? Over 1 equals c over 2 pi. If I wanted to use that idea of the cross products, I have to have a situation in which I only have 2 equal fractions. And then I could cross multiply. But that is the same thing as multiplying both sides by the LCD. So if we cross multiply, we get 2 pi r equals, what's c times 1? C. And look, I got c by itself. This is the formula for the radius. And now I've put it back to the formula for the circumference. Circumference is equal to 2 pi r. If you wanted to do it using the lowest common denominator, I'll show you that it's going to be the exact same thing. So what is the LCD of those two fractions? 2 pi. So since the LCD is 2 pi, if I multiply both sides by 2 pi, I get the exact same thing because this cancels, so I get 2 pi r equals c. It's the same. Okay? Here, oh my goodness, there's a lot going on here. So you want to get b by itself. So does anybody have any thoughts about how we could get b by itself in this example? Well, we can always clear fractions by, yes, multiply by the LCD. What is the LCD here? Yes, it is. ABC. So if I multiply this one by ABC, this one by ABC, and this one by ABC, what happens to the A's? They cancel. So what's left there? So BC equals, the B's cancel, and you're left with AC, and the C's cancel, and you're left with AB. Now, I have B's. I'm trying to solve for B. I have B here, and I have B here. So how can I round up my B's? Okay, I wouldn't want to divide yet because I can't. I want to get B by itself. I want to get all the B's onto the same side. So if I subtract AB, I get BC minus AB equals, the only thing left here is AC. How can I get that B? Factoring. So you notice the GCF here is B. Because I can't subtract these because I don't know what A and C are, right? So if I factor out the B, I get B times C minus A equals AC. What can I do to get B by itself? Divide by CA. Divide by CA on both sides. Or C minus A, sorry. So I get B equals A times C over C minus A. Can any of that reduce? You just can't cancel these A's and these C's? And how come? Yes, exactly. One is multiplication, the other is subtract. You can't reduce over subtraction, okay? So that's that. That's done. Okay, what about this next one? We want to solve for D. BD is the LCD. Good. So let's multiply by the LCD. We get BD on this side, BD on this side. And to do this, we can cancel, right? The B's cancel, leaving what? AD equals CB. I'm solving for D. What can I do to get D by itself? Divide by what? A. Divide by A. So D equals CB over A. These are just formulas, and we're not able to really solve in terms of getting a number. We're just rearranging formulas. Okay, what about the next one? Yes, it is. That's the LCD. LCD, you're getting to be a pro at this, okay? So what are we going to do with that LCD? X plus 6. Good. Multiply the LCD on both sides. So I'm going to multiply on that side. Multiply it on this side. A times x plus 6. The x plus 6's, what do? Cancel. The a's cancel. We have 1 times x plus 6, which is x plus 6. And then we have 9 times what? A. We want to get x by itself. So what can I do to isolate x? Minus 6. From both sides, we get x equals 9a minus 6. Is that done? Okay, and you don't have to check these. If you were to plug that back in, everything would undo, so it wouldn't really be a helpful check. But you would end up getting a true statement. That could help if you wanted to do that, you could. But I'm not going to require that you check those. Okay, any other questions?